Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dad's Market Stats. Before we begin this video today, I wanted to mention this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It is not a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any stocks. Please do your own due diligence and research when choosing what to invest in. So on today's video, we're going to talk about what happened after the halving with Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners. We're also going to talk about the 7 contracts that expired on Friday. So let me share my screen. We're going to discuss the 7 contracts that expired on Monday 1st. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so if we take a look here at Bitfarms, we'll see that I now own 1,200 shares of Bitfarms. My dollar cost average came down to $2.53. Why is that? If you remember, I had 1,100 shares last week. And if you don't remember, you could just go back and watch my video. And my dollar cost average was $2.58. But because that contract, that put option that I had sold, the $2 put option that I had sold expired in the money, well, I was assigned an extra 100 shares of Bitfarms for $200. And that brought my dollar cost average down to $2.53. But how much did I really pay for those 100 shares? Did I really pay $200? No, because how much did I sell that put option for? So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at my history, and we'll see how much I sold that put option for. I sold that put option on April 10th. You can see here is the $2 put option that expired April 19th, last week, Friday. And I got paid $16 for that $2 put option. So that means that I really paid $1.84 or $184 for those 100 shares of Bitfarms. I received $16 on my $200 investment. That's 8% gain already. Now, if I decided to sell those same 100 shares for a $2 call for $2, make my $200 back, what would happen? Well, let's take a look. We go to options, sell a call. So we want to sell a call. See here, $2. I could get $5 back by selling a call option. But let's go out to May 17th again. It's almost a month. That's almost a month out. The $2 call option is selling for $20. $20 on top of the $16 that I received already. That's 18% gains in less than 2 months that I would have to hold these shares because this contract expires on May 17th. And I sold the put option on April 10th. So it'd be a little bit over a month that I would have to hold these 100 shares. Now, if I decided to sell the $3 call option instead, I could receive $5. But if this option expires in the money, I will receive an extra $100 on my 100 shares that I sell. So in total, I would have made 100 plus 5 plus 16, $121 on my $200 investment. That's more than 50% return on my investment. Now, if you go to a bank, what's the most that a bank is going to offer you over a year? If you gave them $200, how much are they going to give you back after a year? They're only going to give you back, the most that a bank will offer you is 5% return on your investment. Now, if you invested $200, or if you deposited $200 into your account, into your bank account, the one that gives you 5% back, after a year, you're only going to receive $20 return on your investment as interest. You're only going to receive $20. Now, the bank is going to put your money to work. They're going to play with your money. They're going to make over 100% return on your $200 that you deposit into the bank. But how much are they going to share with you? They're only sharing 5% of that money with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's better if we're the boss of our own money. If we tell our money to go to work, stop being lazy, right? Bring me back more than 5% return on my investment. So that's what we should do. We should become boss of our own finances. Now let's take a look at what happened after the halving with Bitcoin. If you remember, the halving was going to cause the block of Bitcoin to receive only 3 Bitcoins. Now we take a look at this block. This was the block that was mined, the last block that was mined prior to the halving. This block received 7.295 Bitcoin in rewards, 6 Bitcoins plus 1.045 Bitcoin in fees. Now, here we can see the block that was mined after the halving. Remember, it was only supposed to receive 3 Bitcoin, but how many Bitcoin did it receive? Let's take a look. 40.751 Bitcoin, 2,601,805. So what happened? Well, they received the 3 Bitcoin, but they also received 37.626 Bitcoin in fees. That's right. These are transaction fees. Now, why did they receive so much in transaction fees? Well, let me give you an example. If you wanted to wire money to a relative that lived in another country, let's say you wanted to wire them $60,000. That's a lot of money. Now, how much would you be willing to pay to make sure that your relative received these $60,000 in full? If they said that you had to pay $1,000, would you pay that? Remember, you're sending them $60,000. That's a lot of money. If you want to make sure that they receive that, you want to make sure that the network is secure, you're going to pay those $1,000 to make sure that your relative receives the $60,000. So this is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. People who make transactions with these Bitcoins, they want to make sure that the network is secure, that what they're using their Bitcoin for, who are they giving their Bitcoin to, receives the Bitcoin that they're sending them in full. So they're paying all of these transaction fees. Let's keep looking at the other blocks that were mined after that. After the halving, 7.611 Bitcoin, 10.115 Bitcoin, 19.193 Bitcoin. That's over $1 million. Now it's going to cost a miner, one of the miners that are public, it probably will cost them about $150,000 to mine these blocks. So look at that. We see over $1 million in income already, in revenue being mined in these blocks. 27 Bitcoin. Wow, amazing, ladies and gentlemen. So see, Wall Street did not price this in. They only thought the miners were going to receive 3 Bitcoin per block being mined after the halving. But as we can see here, that's not the case. They're receiving 3 Bitcoins, yes, per block, but fees are going up, ladies and gentlemen. This one is receiving 23 Bitcoin in fees only. See, Wall Street did not price this in. So we're looking at 20 Bitcoin here being mined. Or not mined, but received. 15 Bitcoin being received because of the transaction fees. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing. Now, mind you, the number is going to go down. The transaction fees are going to go down. We take a look at the block that's being currently mined. Let's take a look at how many Bitcoins there are here. But see, this is how miners make money. They make money not just by mining Bitcoin, but also by getting paid all the transaction fees that comes with those blocks. Look at all the transactions that are being done per block: 4,000, 5,000, 4,000, 4,000. So many transactions being made per block. Today is Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday night as I'm making this video. So a lot of blocks have already been mined. So previously, before the halving, 900 Bitcoin were newly minted Bitcoin were entering circulation. But after the halving, only 450 newly minted Bitcoin were going into circulation, right? So now it's only 450 million Bitcoins. But miners are not just being paid in Bitcoin. They're also being paid in transaction fees. This was the last block that is being mined. This is the last block that has been mined so far. And how much Bitcoins did they receive? 4.515 Bitcoin, $293,000. And the expenses will probably have been $150,000. So the rest of that is all revenue. So as we can see, yes, the fees are coming down. Fees are coming down. But as long as Bitcoin continues to go up, currently Bitcoin is around $65,000. But let's take a look. Let's make sure. As we're making this video, let's take a look at the crypto here. Let's see what's the price of Bitcoin right now. $64,806. So 3 Bitcoins would be roughly around $120,000. On top of that, we add the transaction fees. That's what these miners are receiving per block that they mine. So as we can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is good news. This is amazing news. Everybody thought the halving was going to be bad news for the miners, but actually it turned out to be good news instead. So this is great, ladies and gentlemen. But does that mean that there's no more fear or uncertainties with Bitfarms? No, because we still don't know who the new CEO will be. We still don't know if Paraguay will succeed in getting rid of illegal mining without affecting the legal miners like Bitfarms. And we don't know if we're fully funded with their growth plans, which is they're planning to grow 3 times the size that they are right now. We don't know if they're fully funded or if they will have to dilute shareholders again. So we have to stay tuned for that. But as we can see, ladies and gentlemen, Bitfarms, there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt that caused this stock to go down. But can it recover? Will it be able to bounce back? I think they can. And that's why I decided to use Bitfarms with the wheel strategy. I decided to use the wheel strategy on Bitfarms. So on my next video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to decide which covered calls to sell on my 700 shares of Bitfarms that I have free that are not being held as collateral. Let's take a look at that again. You can see here I have 1,200 shares. 500 shares are being held as collateral. So that means I have 700 shares. I could sell 7 call contracts, 7 call options this week on my 700 shares that are not currently in collateral. So I'm going to decide which ones. Probably on Wednesday, I'll decide which call options to sell because I'm thinking Bitfarms is going to go up this week. You can see the halving event was actually great news for all of these miners. So I'm thinking Bitfarms is going to go up. I'm going to wait till Wednesday to decide which call option I'm going to sell. So stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. So friends, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know also. Okay, don't be afraid to ask questions because that's the only way that you're going to get answers. So like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video, which will probably come out on Wednesday. So ladies and gentlemen, everyone, all of you friends, share this video with your friends, neighbors, and your family. Make sure we get likes on this video. Make sure we get new subscribers to this channel so that I can continue to make these videos for you. Everyone have a good night and God bless.